ASMR gaming news. Please hit that like button, sit back, relax, and let's begin. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is launching this next week, and there are numerous reviews already out for the game. The general reception has been extremely positive. It currently has a 94 on Metacritic. Most reviewers are giving this Nintendo Switch game a 9 out of 10 and 10 out of 10 scores. This is yet another highly rated first-party Nintendo game on the Switch. Just about a month ago, Zelda Breath of the Wild received a very similar high rating on Metacritic, so it seems like Nintendo is on a roll with quality games for their system. I plan on picking Mario Kart up once it officially releases this next week, so be on the lookout for an unboxing ASMR video for that. Well, the NES Classic Mini has been officially discontinued worldwide by Nintendo. The system was a huge success for them, and there are still many fans trying to acquire one of these consoles. There is a very enormous shortage of these systems out in the wild. I think I've only seen about 3 NES Classic Minis available in stores, and that was about maybe 5 months ago, 4 months ago, so Nintendo really has not been shipping these to stores, which is disappointing because it seems like they would want to make money, and instead they're just discontinuing a very profitable product. So that's really strange. But there is a rumor circulating this week that the Super Nintendo Classic Mini is being created right now, and that it will release later this year. And perhaps this is one of the reasons why the NES Classic Mini was discontinued. Some people are suggesting that Nintendo ended production of the NES Mini to make room for the Super Nintendo Classic Mini instead. So, if Nintendo does release a Super Nintendo Mini, I will try my best to pick one up because I am a huge fan of the Super Nintendo. Super Bomberman R is the most recent Bomberman game for the Nintendo Switch, and it just had a new update released for it, which adds new stages, modes, and improved online matches. Something very unique that Konami did for this update was they actually upped the frame rate of the game and changed the graphics for it as well. So previously, I believe the game was was only in 30 frames per second. But after this new update, it's a solid 60 FPS. And they've added a bunch of new lighting and contrast effects. So the visuals are much improved. So it's really nice to see Konami supporting the game with these free updates. They also announced that in the future there are going to be DLC characters for Super Bomberman R. They have Pyramid Head Bomber, which is going to be a sort of cameo character from the Silent Hill series. If any of you ever played Silent Hill, Pyramid Head is a character that you should recognize. They also have Belmont Bomber, which is, of course, a reference to Simon Belmont from the Castlevania games by Konami. And they have other plans for other DLC characters based on Vic Viper, which is like a character from their Gradius series, I believe, a shoot-'em-up series. So, yeah, this is actually really unique for Konami to go back and update and add new features to a game that already released. They usually do not do this. And if you remember, a few weeks ago, I reported on some news that Konami was extremely happy about the sales and popularity of the new Bomberman game. So this is basically why they are continuing to support the game, is because of the success it had. If it wasn't successful, then we probably would not see these new updates coming out. Star Wars Battlefront 2 has new information that came out this week. Both EA and DICE have announced that this new game will not feature a season pass. Yes, you've heard that correctly. It's now been officially confirmed that the Battlefront sequel will not have a season pass. Fans are extremely happy about this, myself included. Previously, the last Battlefront game ran into server population problems because only a fraction of the player base bought the season pass for the game. So all of the later map packs came out, and it left all the season pass holders with a limited amount of people to play with online because the rest of the player base was playing on the normal maps because they did not buy the season pass. So this time they're doing away with that completely, so everyone will have access to the same amount of maps. So this is great news, and hopefully DICE and EA continue to do this in the future, and hopefully this will influence other developers as well, because I'm not really a big fan of season passes and that kind of stuff, because I feel like it decreases the chance of new players picking up a game if there are like 1 or 2 season passes that are required to purchase after you already buy the game. So, really happy that EA and DICE are doing this with Battlefront 2. Sony is releasing a 1TB PlayStation 4 model in the rest of the world. Previously, it was only available in Europe and Japan, I believe. Don't quote me on that, though. It seems like Sony has finally decided to release it in the West, as in North America, South America. So yeah, you are finally going to be able to purchase a 1TB PlayStation 4 Slim. PlayStation 4 games take about 50 gigabytes in terms of space. So if you buy like 10 games, your hard disk drive is already going to be full if you have a 500 gigabyte hard disk drive in your PS4. So 1 terabyte is really the absolute minimum that should be for sale. And if you're thinking of buying a PS4, I recommend you pick up the 1 terabyte model. The Disney Afternoon Collection launched this week for the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. It features DuckTales 1 and 2, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 1 and 2, Darkwing Duck, and Tailspin. These are all NES games that have been ported in this collection to modern systems. Fans are very happy about this. I've seen lots of people online playing these games, reminiscing about how they would play these games as kids back in the late 80s, early 90s. And collectors are also happy because lots of people are finally able to play these games, because Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 2 and DuckTales 2 are extremely rare and expensive games. So now people can easily purchase these games for a cheap price as part of the collection. The first DuckTales game is one of my favorites. I really enjoyed that game. So, one odd thing that I've noticed is that this new collection came out only for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC. These are originally NES games, but isn't it strange that they're not releasing it on a Nintendo system like the 3DS or Nintendo Switch? Previously, the Mega Man collection, which is a Capcom collection just like this collection, was released on the Nintendo 3DS. But this time around, they are not releasing it on the 3DS or on the Nintendo Switch, so I'm not sure if they still need to announce it or if they're going to make an announcement in the future, maybe at E3 or another gaming conference event. So I really hope that they announce it for the Switch soon, because I would really like to purchase that game for that system. I think playing NES games on anything but a Nintendo system would just feel weird, in my opinion. Geek news. So not much geek news this week, but we do have a big piece of news. The Star Wars The Last Jedi trailer has finally released, and fans are extremely excited about this. This movie's coming out at Christmas, of course, just like all the previous Star Wars movies. This is a teaser trailer, so it doesn't really show off any spoilers or anything about the plot. It's very ambiguous, leaving you wanting more. The trailer ends with a line from Luke Skywalker, suggesting that the Jedi must come to an end. This left a lot of people confused. I've seen many forums online with people speculating about what this could be about. Some people suggesting that maybe Luke has gone to the dark side, or that they're going to make some changes to the Jedi Order in this new movie. We don't know anything, so I really want to see what happens in this new movie. Can't wait to go see it in theaters. If you have not seen the new Star Wars trailer, I highly recommend you go check it out. So 2017 is looking like a great year for games and movies. So that is all for this week. I hope you enjoyed this, ASMR gaming news video. I'm actually recording in a different room this time, so things might sound a little bit crisper, but maybe there would be some echo, I'm not sure. But be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like this video. Follow me on Twitter at ASMR Gaming News. And I have some more videos planned for this week and the next week, so can't wait to see you all next week. So long and farewell.